All right, David, we'll see you then. Green Bay's Police and Fire Commission revising its police officer rehire policy, hoping it's going to strengthen staffing and bring some experienced officers back.
An industry survey shows most agencies are having a much harder time bringing in new officers. That's happening right here in Green Bay as well. In a First Alert update, Victoria Frazier reports on why city leaders say a policy update is just the first step.
And there used to be lines, and now it's harder to get as many candidates as we used to.
The Green Bay Police Department is just one of many law enforcement agencies nationwide experiencing a shortage in officers. To combat the gap in employment, the city is using different techniques to recruit and retain employees. Social media is a way to engage candidates that it wasn't there previously. I mean, it's a unique way to get a hold of candidates and get them in the door and get them interviewed. City Human Resource Director Brian Rolfelson says one of the first changes include quicker response times to people who apply. It used to take about 150 days from the time a candidate applied until they got an offer. With a couple of the changes that we made, we were able to reduce that down to about 60 days. The Green Bay Police and Fire Commission also voted to revise the officer rehire policy. This would allow former officers to reapply up to a year after leaving, and they'd keep credit for prior years of service once rehired. Police Chief Chris Davis says he's hopeful the changes will help fill the department's shortage of nearly 17 officers.
Well, we had to increase the general fund budget because for the last few years now, we have been paying for that out of ARPA funds, which are gone now.
Green Bay's year-to-date budget report shows the department spent over $21,000 of their available budget toward recruitment efforts, like background checks and traveling for out-of-state applicants.
And so that means that there are specialty assignments that we can't fill, and then there's some vacancies even in patrol where that has pushed our overtime spending quite a bit.
Interested applicants are encouraged to apply by visiting the police department's website. Reporting in Green Bay, Victoria Frazier, Action 2 News.